All right, boys, we're back with Morgan 2 Bay to not give a CTP of NRG. You feel me? So we're gonna test her out with a CTP of energy and see how much damage we can crank out of her. I liked her with the proc, so I don't think it would be that much harder to play her with a CTP of energy. But with 30% chain hit in the mix, I'm curious to see just how much more damage we can squeeze out of the character. So without further ado, man, let's dive right into it. Okay, so now that we have the CTPF energy, let's see how much better she gets. Can she actually comfortably complete stage 40? Notice how long that fifth skill lingers. It has that nasty tendency to linger too long and trigger your next proc. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen from time to time. Okay, so 40 seconds. What? I thought I hit the 2. I hit the 1. That's a yikes. I've never done that before. Okay, let's get out of here. Come on. Can we... Oh, unfortunately not. I would have preferred him to be enraged as opposed to doing this nonsense here. Okay, go away. This guy's still firing out stuff. Oh, wow. Yep, spawned a thing right where you're standing. Yeah, I'm gonna run in that to my demise. Nice try. Yeah, this doesn't look that much faster than when we had a proc. Faster, yes, but not by that much. Okay. Gotta be careful when you trigger the 4 skill, because you don't want to be too far out. Oh, come on. I don't want to use my tier 3. Yeah, okay. Good, we didn't need to. Okay, so 5 bars on the tier 3 rotation. Some of that missed. We only got a bar and a half. Another 5 bars. Should go down to 17. Okay, that's good. Okay, 16. That's even better. 15. That's because the 5th skill kept hitting. Okay, so when he doesn't get a chance to dodge, it'll be decent damage. Okay. Okay, we're getting fingered. Pause. There was like fingers coming out of the ground. Okay. After saying that, I realized what I said. That's bad. Anyways, don't mind me. All right. So definitely a little bit faster, or like a minute faster, possibly. If we just end it here. The proc has to come late, and all of a sudden, now I'm doing like 2 bars of damage. Interesting. Let's see. We're doing 5 bars with the tier 3 rotation before. I think that was a miss proc. And by I think, I'm pretty sure. That's annoying. That's actually kind of annoying. Wow. Okay, so we get to the end and then everything that wants to go wrong just starts happening. Cool. Alright, wow, we get trapped far away yo, you can't make this shit up, bro. Look how close I was to the boss. We get trapped in her skill. Awesome. Anyways, so she has a minute left on stage 40. That's decent to good, but I don't think she's gonna be like Makari level in terms of DPS. I don't see her pushing into the 90s or anything crazy like that, even if you were to give her a reforged CTP. So she might not be built for a DPS. Okay, so I'm kind of curious to see how Morgan Le Fay compares to somebody like Kamala Khan. And what I'm going to do here is just use them on stage 59, which is a stage that requires female humans. So they both qualify. And I'm just going to use Kamala with She-Hulk leadership. And we're going to throw in Ancient One here just for a little bit of ignore dodge. Now, obviously, we have White Fox and Wave available to us because they're also female humans. And they will support her. But the reason why I'm not using them is because those guys only buff specific characters. Like White Fox only buff characters that have the leadership tag, and Wave only buffs heroes. So I wouldn't be able to use those two with Morgan Le Fay since she's a villain and she does not have the leadership tag. What I'm trying to see here is if my Makari, who's being crippled both in the way of support and the way how she's built, because when ABL was released, I swapped her over from a CTP of Energy to a CTP of Rage to see how she compares to somebody like Black Widow. She's about like 1,000,000 points behind Black Widow for ABL, but that's a tier 4 Black Widow. She's the second best character for ABL on the Speed Human Day or whatever, but that's not the point. What I'm trying to see here is if a crippled Kamala Khan is actually better than Morgan Le Fay damage-wise, because if I gave her a CTP of Energy, she would be flying through this, even with just one support, or just the leadership and no support, right? So this is not beatable, but that's not the point. I'm just kind of seeing where Kamala's damage is, and then I'm gonna just jump in with Morgan and see where her damage is. And then we're just gonna make an assessment if it's worth fully investing in. Okay, so 301. What I'm trying to find out here is very simple. Is it worth building Morgan Le Fay as a PvE DPS, or should you concentrate on making her the best PvP character possible because she can revive? Or should you put her in a support role in place of somebody like Ancient One because her uniform bonus will buff universal characters similar to Phyla-Vell? So let's jump in with Morgan Le Fay now and see how she does. Now, as you can see here, we don't have much in the way of support characters for Morgan Le Fay. So that's why I crippled Kamala Khan. I could have easily give Kamala like White Fox or Wave, and that stage would have been easily beatable, even though she's using the CTP of Rage. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I'm curious to see. Alright, so we got knockback. I haven't set it on one specific rotation for her yet. I'm still experimenting, by the way. I kind of like 4-2-3-5 because you can carry over the proc from the 3 to the 5. But like the 5 lingers, and when it lingers, it just really messes things up. It's really messy. It's yikes. That was like 2.5 bars. You know what, let me see if I can skip the cage here. Okay, we did. So we did 4-2-3-5, but we got knocked out of our skill and then stunned. Awesome. Awesome. Yep. I think you probably should just build her as a support or a PvP character. Because if she's not stronger than Makari with an energy, that's saying a lot. Okay? Because like I said, Makari with a Rage is crippled. She's significantly weaker than if you gave her an energy or a Mighty Destruction or something. Like, she's literally coming in around the same clear speed. Like, literally around the same clear speed, bro. Wow, okay. So honestly, guys, in my opinion, looking at Morgan Le Fay's DPS, as much as I like her, I think she looks really cool in this new uniform. I think she might ultimately just end up as a support character for most people, simply because her damage isn't that spectacular. Like, it's strong for a tier 3, but Kamala Khan has set the bar so high that I don't think for a seasonal uniform that costs money, if you're planning to use her as a DPS, she's gonna quite measure up to a free to play uniform that you got for 1050, and this is the kind of uniform that goes on sale for even less than that. So me personally, I would say build her as a support, build her for this passive right here, or this uniform bonus right here, because it's really good. Okay, it's gonna make your universal characters better for PvE and PvP. But Morgan Le Fay herself, she'll probably be around the 40s max against all of these bosses. I might try her out in PvP, but I think for PvP she's gonna need penetration, so a CTP of destruction is probably gonna be the way to go. Obviously one with all attack and all defense instead of strike, because I don't think she's, you know, good enough to be a PvE powerhouse. So I'm gonna end it here.